A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant move that has sparked controversy and debate, the federal government has announced a freeze on more than $2.3 billion in grants and contracts to Harvard University. This decision comes in response to the university's refusal to comply with directives issued by the Trump administration aimed at curbing campus activism and addressing concerns over anti-Semitism. The demands made by the administration include a range of measures that Harvard officials argue would undermine the institution's autonomy and violate First Amendment rights. In a letter sent to Harvard on Friday, the Trump administration outlined its expectations for the university, which include implementing merit-based admissions and hiring policies, conducting an audit of the views held by students and faculty regarding diversity, and banning any student groups that promote criminal activity or violence. Notably, the administration's demands also included a controversial call for a ban on face masks, which many believe was aimed directly at pro-Palestinian protesters on campus. Harvard President Alan Garber responded to the administration's demands in a letter to the university community, asserting that such requirements exceed the government's authority and infringe upon the university's rights. He emphasized that no government should dictate the academic direction of private institutions, regardless of the political climate. Garber stated, "The work of addressing our shortcomings, fulfilling our commitments, and embodying our values is ours to define and undertake as a community." The funding freeze is part of a broader campaign by the Trump administration to exert pressure on elite academic institutions, particularly those viewed as left-leaning. Harvard is not alone in facing scrutiny. The University of Pennsylvania, Brown University, and Princeton University have also had their federal funding paused as part of this initiative. The administration has accused these universities of failing to adequately address anti-Semitism on their campuses, particularly during protests related to the Israel-Palestine conflict. The tensions between the federal government and academic institutions have raised questions about the future of funding for higher education and the autonomy of universities in shaping their policies. Critics of the administration's approach argue that it represents an alarming trend of government overreach into academic affairs, potentially stifling free speech and academic freedom. In light of these developments, Harvard's leadership has reiterated its commitment to academic freedom and the importance of maintaining an inclusive environment for all students. President Garber pointed out that the university has already taken significant steps to address anti-Semitism and promote a culture of respect and understanding on campus. The Joint Task Force to Combat Anti-Semitism, established by President Trump, has claimed that Harvard's response to the government's demands reflects a broader entitlement mindset prevalent in prestigious universities. They argue that federal funding should come with the expectation of upholding civil rights laws and addressing issues such as harassment against Jewish students. As the standoff continues, the implications of this funding freeze extend beyond Harvard, raising concerns about the relationship between the federal government and higher education institutions. Many are watching closely to see how this situation unfolds and what it means for the future of academic independence and the role of government in shaping university policies. In conclusion, the freeze on federal funding to Harvard University marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing debate over the intersection of politics, education, and civil rights. As universities grapple with the challenges posed by external pressures, the commitment to uphold academic integrity and freedom will be tested in the months to come. The outcome of this conflict could set a precedent for how government interacts with educational institutions and the extent to which academic freedom is protected in the face of political demands. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.